So is everybody ready to start some league action?
Oh yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the last. We're gonna stump into the standard 5-match league.
Yeah, we're gonna play. We're gonna play green. We're gonna play 60 forests.
Uh huh. No, no, no. Lost in the Woods. That's standard legal, right? We're not gonna. We're not doing a league. I can't feel. Actually, can I feel the standard deck? Like I'm just sitting here
You're gonna
thinking.
say like, wait a second, do you have enough draft leavings to just like make a deck? Who
Yeah, yeah.
knows?
Like, could I actually feel the standard deck? Like, let's go with standard. Uh, Rarity, rares, mythics. Like, do I still have my? Okay, all right.
It's a one of Ugin, one of
That's two.
Sol.
That was two of Ugin.
Tugin,
Tugin. Oh,
Tugin or not Tugin.
we got two
A
Sidisi,
siege
a
rhino.
siege rhino.
Ah.
Yeah, some fetches.
You
Whatever.
can make how many Zergo? One Zergo.
One Zergo's Bell Striker. Like, we don't actually have like multiple copies of a lot of rares. I can field four.
It's
four
fine,
Altar
just-
of the Brood. Uh huh.
Just four, yeah, 4x.
Oh,
Or
okay.
win that way.
Okay. All right.
So basically, what we're saying is we just need to craft some dust and craft some cards. That's what you're saying.
When did I get two polluted deltas? Okay.
Probably from drafting a lot of cons of Tarkir.
I
If I
did
had to
that
guess.
a lot. Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's. We're here for the cube because
The cube,
cube,
magic that's actually interesting to play.
cube. The cube is still here. It was here for another day.
It is here for some time. Time will pass.
Yeah.
You have a day, maybe.
Yeah. You have 1 days. Yeah, so I'm kind of sad that Battle for Zendikar shows up on Magic Online literally tomorrow, which gives me actually no time to like play test it for the GP. It sucks.
Here's what you should do.
Because I need to, I don't know, sleep. Because I need to get up at like 5:30 to drive there.
Get someone else to drive you.
Well, I can do that.
Get yourself some internet from the sky, and do sealed on the way on the drive. Do that.
Ah,
Even though I think it starts at 10 a.m., which means you'll already be there probably
round one.
at round one.
Deck build start, or I'm sorry, player meeting is 9 a.m. And then after that is deck build, and round start is supposed to be 10:30.
Okay, so you'll have half an hour to bang out a sealed event.
Yeah. While I'm building my sealed deck.
Yeah, it's easy. You can do that.
Yeah.
Just put all your cards in a pile and then throw basic lands at it. Don't even look at them.
What's your plan for sealed? I'm going to build a deck. I'm going to build a 40-card deck containing about 17 lands and.
I know what card you're picking.
Yeah, sorry. I'm going to build a 40-card deck containing 17 to 18 lands, 22 to 23 spells, and play probably a mid-ranged plan because aggro is goddamn impossible unless you opened the nuts pool. Like,
Yep, you're probably slow three color is the.
I can probably get away with. I liked slow 2-color that I was playing at the pre-release. My only loss was to the person who had 2 sweepers, so and who also played them in all of our games. So
He's not picking Kozilek. There is a cryptic command in
sorry,
the pack.
cryptic commands here. Like you
Like,
can't stop me.
Maybe if there was a Mole Drifter in the pack, but even then, I think you would pick cryptic over
You can't
Mole
stop
Drifter.
me. It's cryptic command. Like yeah, like the aggro is possible in sealed, and I've seen it. Okay, let me put it this way:
Oh,
sealed decks blow. Everybody's sealed
Yeah.
deck sucks, except for like, and the exceptions are the ones that are the nuts ones. I've seen 2 nuts sealed pools. One of them was the person who went 6-0 at our at our pre-release, who had drawn a Gideon.
and the other one was like Nick the Maron or something.
No, it was actually I would call what Kavanaugh had pretty nuts.
Oh yeah, Kavanaugh's. Okay, so here's some options You have Inquisition as like the generic control piece. You
Yeah.
have Tog to be like the control finisher, although I have never been good at playing with Tog.
Yeah. I mean,
Then there's some interesting green cards.
yeah, Mystic Snake, Chameleon, Colossus. I could pick up things like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
if you wanted to be the counter lord, Mystic Snake is a fine 4 mana counter spell.
hmm. Do I want to jump back on that train? Do I want to go on the Inquisition train? I don't think the Master of Waves is the right pick here. Also, Gilded Lotus could be like
Yeah,
interesting too, but
I'm feeling Kazi or the Snake or the Colossus.
um,
Yep, there.
let's
Yeah, we'll be safe and pick
let's
that.
go with this. I'm not gonna pick the Snake here. I'm gonna pick the Inquisition because I want to build this color combination, and apparently I was incorrect.
Yeah, because there's
Look at this green,
Avenger. There's
nuts.
Avengers Zendikar, and although there's some okay black in here, there's Skin Render and Whip of Erebos and Batter Skulls, like the generic answer.
Yeah, Finks is also really good too. Finks Mother Runes. The white is really powerful here. The green. Now that I look at it, Vengevine, Thrun, and Regrowth aren't like hyper nuts crazy stuff.
Yeah, and Avenger of Zendikar is really good, but also not always the card. I don't know. Avenger of Zendikar is a hard card to evaluate compared to other things in its weight class.
I think it's actually pretty strong for its weight class. Like,
Oh, it is, especially if you can make the landfall on the turn you play it.
there's always somebody forcing blue. There's always somebody forcing blue, and I'm just the person who's playing Cryptic Command. So,
Yeah, we're
yeah,
playing Cryptic Command. Like, that's not going to be a question. We're going to be mono black, splashing
yeah.
Cryptic Command.
I hope that skin render tables, but there's no damn way. Skin render is so good.
Skin Render is a pretty good Necrotal.
Blue's getting looking pretty cut.
There's a Seagate here. There's a Kakusho and a Dread Return. There's a
There's
Lotus Cobra, Hollowed
yeah.
Fountain, Isolated Chapel. I guess here's where you want to decide whether or not you want to try blue or not.
I mean, I have the cryptic. I have to try it, right?
Then is it Seagate? Or is there something else you're drawing your eye?
Sort of Fate's Fetters, but even then, like, that's not enough to make me want it.
Yeah. Like I'd be okay with like Kakusho too. I'd like to also like Dread Return, but
Yeah. I don't know. I want the blue to work more than I want the black to work.
yeah, we'll get. Nobody plays black in this cube. We'll get black cards.
We'll figure out where this goes. We'll hopefully find some fixing, and then, or maybe we'll just be whatever. I don't know what we'll be.
Underground Sea is not a card in the cube. Well,
Okay,
Drowned Catacombs is though.
look at this goddamn, like, just absolutely gone blue.
Okay, so we have Chainer's Edict as a black card to pick. Drowned Catacombs is maybe a way to cast Cryptic Command. Noble Hierarch to
Hierarch.
tell us the green is still open.
Yeah, Noble Hierarch and Swords to Plowshares are the two in here that actually catch my eye immediately.
We
Um,
saw powerful green going around,
we've also
whereas
been
Swords to
seeing,
Plowshares. We saw some good white going around too.
but this is the powerful white. Like,
Yeah, that this is well. This is Mother of Runes stronger than Swords to Plowshares? I can't answer that question.
Hierarch helps with Cryptic, but Swords to Plowshares is Swords to Plowshares.
hmm
I'm willing to pick the Swords to Plowshares here.
We have White Grip Tide. We have Lingering Souls that
Souls?
might be real,
Huh. Lingering Souls that might be real, you say?
especially if that's Sidisi Wheels.
Hell, White Griptide's also playable too, but Lingering Souls that could be real.
hmm We're never putting Swords to Plowshares on the stick.
I don't
It's
know why
never
this. I don't know
happening.
why this is still in the queue.
Oh, it's because there is the guy
I
who puts
know.
fire ice on the stick, and you just lose the game.
I know,
But or even if you like end up like even a Monolith or a lightning bolt, but whatever, it just never happens.
whatever. Let's pick this. Let's start picking fixing, and let's start making this real.
hmm Well, the guys forcing blue will not have Cryptic Command.
Is Caves of Koilos the fixing I want?
Or do we want to be green?
I think we've been asked that question like 3 times now.
So Caves of Koilos is not awful fixing. Hornet Queen is Avenger of Zendikar comparable. Like those are the sort of things in your weight class, I guess.
I'm really liking the idea of the Minnesota State Fair deck.
Everything on a stick.
Yeah.
Okay. You should pick a card the next 10 seconds. Okay.
I'm aware. Don't worry. I'm basically I'm thinking about you're talking about green. I'm thinking very deeply about if that's actually what I want to do. You know.
What do we want here?
I don't actually know. Almost nothing here speaks to me. Like Banisher Priest or Underworld Contacts.
Underworld Connections is a fine
Yeah.
card. So is well, if we do end up green, Woodland Bellower is a okay card. That might do something in a white deck.
Rakdos Return is also pretty cool if I was able to cast it in any way.
Yeah, if we had like a birds or a red land. We just see some red black lands going around. Yeah, but green is pretty wide open.
Meh. Meh.
I guess we have 2 black cards now, though. Port or Pride Mage?
Yeah, is Corpse Dance usable? With our no creatures to revive? Like
Yeah, with our Batterskull as our creature.
yeah,
Batterskull and the Seagate Oracle. Yeah.
Yep.
Just pick the Pride Mage or do we pick the Dragon Fodder in here that might possibly do something? It's never going to do anything else. But... Green cards. Okay.
I'll start picking green because I can't not do it anymore.
I think I like Colossus a little better.
I'll start picking green because there's no way I can stop doing it. Crap.
If we have Lingering Souls in the deck, maybe we play Dread Return. I don't know.
What is this, like 4-color madness? I'm gonna pick Koth and just call this good. Double white, sure, that's a playable card. Indrik Stomp Howler, okay. Angelic Destiny, sure, okay.
Angelic Destiny.
What the hell? So nobody wants us to be in blue is the message that's been passed.
We're going to be green white again without Noble Hierarch.
That's fine.
It's fine.
It's a whatever. The sacrifices I make for trying to get Cryptic to work are all in the name are all good. Okay?
All in the name of Cryptic Command, everybody.
Yeah. In the
Also,
name
maybe
of
we fucked
Command.
up like 2 other people at the draft table.
Everything is wrong. This is kind of nuts, and I don't really know what I'm doing with my draft. I know that I like my white. I like my. All right, so basically, I can just pick whatever I want and pick 2 here because it doesn't freaking matter because I've got literally any color.
Okay. If we want to be black, there's a Wrath or a Bitter Blossom.
No, say there's a Bitter Blossom and 2 Wraths.
And 2 Wraths. I think Languish is a safer card. Deluge is the more powerful card. If you want to stick to blue, there's a Phantasmal Image.
There's a Phantasmal Image. I'm almost interested in picking up that Bitter Blossom because...
Stay alive card.
Well, Bitter Blossom's a kill your opponent card. It's a win
condition
both. Card. It's a...
it slices, it dices, it works with the Dread Return, it does everything you could need it to.
Everybody's
going to table.
I was gonna say everybody seems to want Emrakul here. I'd like you to just count the number of ramp pieces in my deck and then ask me that question again. Like
I guess here's the one thing about Bitter Blossom is count the black cards in our deck. There are 2.
Did you know that I'll splash for literally Bitter Blossom? I think I've said this before. So.
I would definitely... Yeah, we'll Wheel Spear. We'll Wheel Yosei and just be green-white ramp again, splashing for Inquisition of Ghostlight and Bitter Blossom.
Whatever. It's fine.
Really splash... Doom Necromancer's just not a good... Thran Dynamo, Banishing Light, Sad Sack, Slaughter Pact.
Even Monolith if I want to keep making blue try to work.
There's Elvish Mystic as the green card in the pack.
I'm trying to figure out what direction I want to do here. Like,
I like Dynamo, Mystic, or Sad Sack, with Vanishing Light being a reasonable pick as well.
I'm still blinded by Cryptic Command, so I like Mono League.
We are not going to play Cryptic
It's gonna
Command.
happen. I'm gonna
Oh,
make it work.
you want to play Cryptic Command? Pick Solemn Simulacrum.
Nah, that's not like.
No, you look at your blue fixing. You're going to need islands and play, my good friend.
Yeah, but if I play blue cards, I'll just play more islands.
Pick Mono League. You do it.
I'm gonna do it.
And we'll pick every blue land, no matter what else is in the pack. Like, okay, pick Force or Will. Sure.
I don't actually know if Force is like the card I want.
Dismember is the card we want.
Yeah,
But
Dismember. Hell, I could. Hell isn't real enough for Nicol Bolas.
Hell might be real enough for Nicol Bolas. It's not real enough for Days because we're not going to have any islands. But I like Dismember. So we're picking Force. Okay. You're picking the powerful blue card to try to cut blue.
I don't know. Like, basically picking Force here is probably a mistake.
It's fine. We have swords. We're going to splash swords to not have to play Dismember. It's fine. Yeah, we'll pitch Cryptic to Force, so we don't have to cast it.
This will be fine. I'm gonna get my blue cards now because I'm not getting them pack 3. That's for goddamn sure.
So, for everyone who is unfamiliar with what's happening is we had a very confusing first pack. Pick that Symbol of Deceit. So now Jens has decided to engage Chaos mode.
Yep. Chaos mode activated. Kira's good here. Hell, like.
We need that land to function.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about other cards that are worthwhile in this pack.
I'd be okay with Ashen Rider.
By the way, we're not in Koth. By the way, that's not real. This is a Monastery Mentor in a deck that has no creatures. That's pretty like cool.
I'd be okay.
But especially like literally, it has C8 Oracle and.
That's it.
Precinct Captain.
We're not playing Precinct Captain, but we have it.
Oh my god. So this is what the deck looks like right now.
Oh, we're 11 cards. We're almost halfway there.
We'll get there. And that Angelic Destiny also isn't something I actually want.
I played on a Lingering Souls token.
I like the Pestermite Kiki in this pack. That's pretty funny.
Do we want top to find islands?
Yeah, let's have top.
As every deck I've played or saw in like the last 4 or 5 cubes had top in it. Have people stopped respecting this card when I turned around? What?
No, this card's still good. Sorry.
Okay, I know it is. Like, we might play Entreat of Angels or Terminus in this deck, so...
Yeah. My
No,
wife...
no, I know what we're doing. We're going to splash Bonfire of the Damned again.
Oh my freaking god.
Like, what more do you need?
This deck is... I am just, like... I'm trying to build blue-black control, but none of the cards have shown up. Like... I don't think top...
We saw a Tog. No, top is great in the cube. What do you we have to?
That versus dismiss, like the fixing is the way
or I would also be okay with Kaiga.
Hell, I'd be fine with Sun Titan, but
yeah.
I think top is card selection is incredibly powerful, especially when your card selection is
repeatable.
Well, the more powerful your cards are, the more powerful your card selection becomes. Is the thought there? Dismiss would also be like a completely fine pick here and almost better, but I want to be able to cast my spells because I have Cryptic Command in my goddamn deck.
Yeah,
so,
like we already have Dismiss in our deck, so we need to be able to cast it.
Right, that's just Dismiss for like 1 less blue, you know. So, you know.
Picking a black land that produces blue mana is like turning. Okay, well, I'll stop that thought right there. Spellskite or Stratostancer. Stratostancer is a really powerful card, but
yeah,
no Spellskite.
Top is a bit weaker without shuffle effects, and at the moment we only have like Seagate Oracle to do so. But I still think the card is fine enough, and also it's only the middle of pick 2, so. Like pack 2, we still have half the draft ahead of us to find fetches, and we
We'll,
also have
we'll,
an underground sea to make fetches work.
we'll,
Um,
we'll, we'll find ways to shuffle it. Even if you don't have ways to shuffle your deck, it's still pretty good.
I'm gonna. I don't think I've actually played with this card yet, so I'm interested to see like if it actually holds its own in the cube. Um,
So there's Ratchet Bomb as like a reasonable card. There's Chasm Skulker as a reasonable. And there is an unreasonable card here.
there's an unreasonable card and a reason to make the white a little bit more of a splash. We have a Bitter Blossom.
We have a Bitter Blossom. We have
Also gonna note that
we have
like
White Fixing.
nice cards. We need some more white fixing, but I'm gonna try the Norn here.
Basically, we're fine passing up on Chasm Skulker.
Right, like my pick here would be Chasm Skulker or Ratchet Bomb, and I don't feel like I'm passing on too terribly much. Like Chasm Skulker, I'm missing a lot of the cards that make Chasm Skulker the best. No way.
Brainstorm. Okay, making Phantasmal Image. I am sad to pass that Languish. I feel like that would help our deck function. But...
Do you think that's more important for us? Like
no, I think taking a blue card is more important for us. But...
Okay. I don't disagree with you. That Languish could do a lot for us. Like that.
We saw a Living End.
I guess we have
Death, which is not a real wrath, but can be a wrath of God. So maybe. Although Living End is kind of bad for us because we'll never have any creatures in the graveyard.
fair. Gonna pick up Talrand in my 4-creature deck. Like it could possibly work.
Well, it'll be like that Monastery measure we picked. Maybe we'll get Brainstorm to go with it.
The only reason I don't like Spear Kavanaugh is because I don't think white is a main color. White is only a splash for Elish Norn, Lingering Souls, and Swords right now. Doom Necromancer doesn't have anything really real to revive, and Talrand has a lot of spells in the deck that are good for it.
Like the Doom Necromancer would be like a rebuy on Elish Norn. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Or do we want Volrath's Stronghold?
What is Volrath?
Even Disciple of Bolas is a real card too.
Nah, I am.
Yeah, we'll make Bolas work. Let's do it.
That'll make Bolas work. Let's steal like Blood and then Wild Mongrel so I don't get owned, and Crater's Claws. Okay, so now we need a fetch, and do you know what fetch we need? One that matches the 2 types of those lands. Like that's the fetch we need. Holy crap! Okay.
Decisions.
Shit.
Wormcoil will not come back.
No, neither of them
Neither will Treachery.
Well, Treachery is in my head still like number 1 or 2 in the cube as far as power level of a card goes. However, Wormcoil is literally the other. Wormcoil is number 3. It's Jace, Treachery, Wormcoil. Those are my top 3 effectively in like the power level of the cards. I don't know the order of them. Wormcoil basically gets that because of being colorless, but
Jace, Wormcoil, Upheaval, Treachery.
Okay, Upheaval too. I still think the Treachery is basically the Treachery works more in my mind because we can just Treachery and then steal the Wormcoil.
Yeah, we're picking Treachery because we love stealing. Is the actual.
I think this is a very difficult pick, but also one I could see I can see the argument on both sides, and I'm sure people will tell me I am both correct and incorrect for the choice. So
also, it's the only real blue card in the pack. Time Warp is not as exciting as Time Walk.
Well, nothing is as exciting as Time Walk. Now, if I actually want a top-end piece, Grave Titan's right there.
The Grave Titan, there's also Temple of Silence.
Right, Temple of Silence is there to let me actually cast this element.
Actually, there's also Ultimate Price.
So
you have Ultimate Price versus Grave Titan. Or there's also Elspeth, but
even the Temple of Silence might be.
There's 4 real cards, is what we're saying here.
Yeah.
Like what we have a piece of spot removal, I guess.
Right, we actually don't have that much spot removal. Hell, we don't have that much black, to be honest with you.
I've always known that. That's... This is a good reason. This is a good black card, though. It is very powerful. So is Grave Titan. I
I,
guess
I think
Ultimate.
I think I don't need win cons. I think I need ways to like last.
We already have like 4 win cons in the deck.
Yeah, we're fine.
Maybe more if you count like Phantasmal Image as a win con, which it
There's
can be.
there's my buddy, my good old pal, which is basically Ultimate Price with
Shriekmaw.
upside. Also another temple I'm passing up because I
There's a
value.
Temple and a Doomblade and a Baneslayer Angel. I
I
don't think.
I'm aware of all of these things, and yet the Shriekmaw calls to me, and now I feel like a fool for passing up the Vorash Stronghold.
It's all right. I is Doomblade better for our deck?
Hell,
'Cause we have Talrand in it.
is City of Brass better for our deck? Like,
Actually, maybe it is City of Brass. Shit, I don't know.
what's our pod chain look like? Oh yeah, pretty solid.
Yeah, we go straight from 2 to 3 to 4 to 7. Also, Phantasmal Image. Actually, Phantasmal Image can like sneak into any slot if it works.
You know,
Painful Baleful Strix, you say?
Baleful Strix. I'm gonna continue passing really good fixing, and I feel like a chump for it. But that is how I operate. Everyone who's seen these streams knows exactly how I play the game of Magic. So you know, I'm gonna pick the powerful card over the fixing like Godless Shrine. The big reason is because I can always just cut the white and just play blue black.
Yeah.
Like I can always just say, you know what?
We're playing Swords to Plowshares,
Shares.
and that's it.
Yeah, like we can get away with not playing Elish Norn or Bolas because that's a lot easier to cut than like not having the cards to support black and then having made all these picks for nothing. So that
Plus, Baleful Strix is fixing. It draws you a card. It cycles. Cycling is fixing.
Baleful
right?
Strix is staying alive.
Right. Cycling is fixing, right? Aggressively shark alarming at you.
Black Flag.
Legacy's Allure? Okay. I
mean-
was quickly looking around for anything else. And
Right,
then,
there's almost nothing else here. Like Thespian Stage ain't worth it. Overgrown Tomb is the wrong fixing of all of our colors it could possibly be. Geralt Spencer is triple black, and Entomb has no interaction in our deck. However,
And-
Legacy's Allure.
is removal and stealing. And Goat is Goat. But
card,
I like...
this card. I always feel is underrated. It's very powerful.
Well, it's got the crank on it. And people underrate the cards with the crank, especially in monocolor, because one of the things about Ratchet Bomb is anybody can play it, and it's your answer to any permanent that you can't survive long enough.
It's true.
It's also really good against tokens.
I just like having access to the ability. It's very powerful. Bloodstained Mire is the piece of fixing that grabs both the plateau and the underground sea.
It does.
Is that
And I'm willing to pass up deep analysis
I was
for
gonna
it.
say we're passing deep analysis, so okay.
We're going to wheel Abhorrent Overlord.
This is one of the dual. So okay, the list of duels we wanted Bloodstained Mire for black red, Marsh Flats for black white, the Flooded Strand or the Scalding Tarn.
And Scalding Tarn would also have worked, but Bloodstained Mire also works.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's a shuffle effect for top.
Yes, which is important. I feel that's important to have for top, having some way to make it a little stronger. Polluted Delta, Tundra, Stroke of Genius.
It's the stroke.
Huh. This is a fixing pick here.
This is fixing pick. I guess do we want Delta to go with our Underground Sea, or do we want Tundra to fetch off of our Bloodstained Mire? The Delta is another shuffle effect.
Right.
It fixes our main colors rather than fixing our splash colors.
The big problem is that, oddly enough, the Delta doesn't fix us our off colors.
Nah, that's what I was saying. Is it fixes us on our main colors, which is more important, friends at home, fixing the colors you want to play or fixing the colors you want to splash.
Huh.
Ophiomancer might be the pick.
Yeah,
Harbinger of the Tide is a strong card, but
yeah, Harbinger of the Tides is not bad as a bounce, as like a like.
like, do not underrate this. This guy is very strong. Um,
Oh, we can't get
this
Tundra off our fetch. We're bad at Tundra. Anyway, I guess we can't fetch it, but it's still very good for me. I want to be able to play swords. I
Oh,
don't.
I know we
Yeah,
couldn't fetch our Tundra.
yeah. Off of the, we would need the. God, I can't even remember Polluted Delta's name. Polluted Delta in order.
The one that was in the pack with it. You mean?
Yes,
Do we pick Kame as a sideboard card, or do we pick Phyrexian Arena to take Underworld Connections out of our deck?
one of those. I think we don't need the white card. I'd rather not have more white if possible. Hey, here we go.
Yay!
More white fixing. Which is
Ah,
like, I want to be able to fix white to be able to cast Elishnorn, and also temples are just like temples with
Temples are
top.
good.
Temples have interaction with top, allow us to get rid of our worst cards, dig slightly deeper. It's a good interaction.
Do we want
Also,
both Underworld Connections and Fire Arena?
I don't know. The problem there is like we don't actually have like much of a life gain source.
Hmm. Another temple? Okay.
So now that we have 4 pieces of white fixing, the Elishnorn is real.
Hmm.
Also, we have 3 temples.
We're we somehow made an Esper deck somehow.
Well, an Esper deck splashing for nickel frickin' bolus.
Perhaps, yes.
Well, no, I mean
I wish we had
look,
that
look
Thread
at
Dynamo
this.
now.
This is 23.
I know.
By the way, this is fetchable off of our.
It's a Plains. That's what makes it better than Glacial Fortress.
Yep, it's fetchable.
Nobody plays Magus of the Moon. And you're losing to the red player anyways, because he got
Yeah.
all the red cards.
This is literally our deck. I'm gonna steal Geralt's Messenger and Izumaru and Tide Hollow.
Tidal Sculler.
Hmm.
That might be a card.
I'm very happy about all the lands panning out, just because it lets me do my bullshit. Like,
Unless you play. We've accomplished our goal. Play
Cryptic
Cryptic Command.
Yep.
Wait a second. I've just noticed a number about our deck.
What is
Oh,
that?
no, we're not. Okay. I thought we had 11 lands for a second.
No.
I was like, wait a second. We got 11. We're at 22. What the hell? What do we do?
Oh no, we have
No.
to. No, we are actually one. We're actually
You have an A cut to make.
a
It might
cut.
be Tide Hollow Sculler.
It's either Tide Hollow Sculler or one of the arenas.
Oh, I think it's Underworld Connections then.
I almost like Underworld Connections more than Arena because it turns off. I realize there's a cost to that.
Yeah. Oh no, it's fine. If you need to turn off either our Bitter Blossom or a Fire Red, you have Cryptic Command. That's fine.
The other thing I like about Underworld Connections is that it has a slightly better interaction with Sensei's Divining Top, but
Because you control when you top. Okay. We could just play both and draw 2 cards and draw 3 cards a turn, and be sad that we didn't get a Forbid.
ha.
Anyways, so Sculler maybe.
Yeah, I'm because there's only one choice to make. I'm fine vacillating over it for the next 5 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
like,
I'm also fine doing this.
because like I have quite a while to vacillate over what I'm going to cut here, because everything else is staying. And honestly, I'm very happy with how the deck came together. Talron might be the other like worst card because, like, if we like sort the things that Talron activates off of, it's not as many cards as you'd like.
Monthly cover price.
That's it.
7 triggers. How many triggers do you want for a tower on deck? I don't actually know.
Honestly, probably more, but you know.
Yeah, Sculler is interaction with your opponent.
It is something. That's honestly, I'm thinking cutting one of the arena effects before I cut Sculler.
Well, if you like Underworld Connections better for its various abilities, and cut Fire Arena.
Yeah. They're both like, I treachery doesn't give us a Drake.
This is instant or sorcery. This is before uh, name set any of your names anywhere to American Hole Wizard. I have known about American Hole Wizard for years, and it is great. And I'm glad that you just posted a picture of a hole board,
A whole
so I could
board.
remember that American Hole Wizard was a thing. It's some kind of machine. I don't know what it does.
The American
I,
Hole Wizard.
the American Hole Wizard machine from the 50s apparently makes holes.
Honestly, I feel like our deck is pretty strong against. It has like a pretty decent anti-aggro plan in like Baleful Strix, Ophiomancer, even Bitter Blossom
Seagate,
handles things like that.
Bitter
The,
Blossom, Seagate, Legacy's Allure, even Phantasmal Image does a good job of that. Lingering Souls, Batterskull. Wait a second, we have Batterskull in our deck. We can pay life whenever we want to.
oh, that's life gain.
We have a life linking 4/4. That might be a 6/6.
Huh. I didn't realize we had a life gain. I guess that could be like a life linking like 5/5 death touch or whatever. It's probably
I guess we already have Bitter Blossom and Underworld connections or Fire Arena draining our blood. So maybe we don't want to overdo it with all of them. Although now you get to question: do you want Fire Arena or Tower End? A lifelinking 5/5 flyer with vigilance and death touch.
Mm-hmm.
That when it enters the battlefield, you draw a card.
It becomes a 7/7.
Becomes a 7/7. Yes. How many
Or
cards could?
yeah, or like a Lingering Souls token, like more likely.
Yeah, anything. Yeah. You should not be asking Medibot about the American Hole Wizard. Have you been listening? I am the Hole Master.
I'm gonna do this.
Sort by color. You squint your eyes a little bit while you decide what the hell's going on.
So this is the setup, and then we have to do the color testing, which is I'm making 3 different piles. This isn't any color, or not any color. This is a none actually. This is a black.
That's Bullet's card. Do we even play Hero Mountain, or do we just accept Plateau as our way to cast?
We accept Hero Plateau as our Lord and Savior.
So we have 5 pieces of white fixing, or we have 5 white fixing, and then 6 white sources.
Holy shit! We have 7 things that grab our white. I don't even think we need planes.
Yeah, we don't need planes. No, we don't.
Screw
need planes
that.
at all.
Like thank you Plateau. Like
your Hero Mountain and Hero Plains.
so we have 5 blue fixing, 6 black fixing. So that means it's either 4 and 4 or 5 and 3.
5/3 Island.
Yeah, 5/3 Island gives me 9 black sources and 10 blue. Here's the
I
thing.
think we're fine on that. We have only double black to worry about, whereas we have triple blue.
So say that Plateau gets blown up. Bolus still has purpose.
Bolus, it has purpose. Also, our opponent might be playing discard effects.
Yeah, that too. Anyway, oh wait, hold on.
3/3/1.
Watch this. Nice illegal deck.
Yay!
Yay!
Get that plate out of our deck.
Oh,
Okay, let's
hold
add
on,
another.
hold on. Plains, not Plateau. Nice illegal deck, Suggestatron. It's because it wanted to suggest us like 0.2 mountain.
Yeah, that makes sense. Points 2 of a mountain.
Uh-huh.
So this deck is better than we thought it would be. Are you ready to get run down by the mono white player that's happened to be like the last 4 times I've played?
No, we're gonna fight the blue player who was on our left, who's just like 2,000 counter spells.
He doesn't have Mono League and he doesn't have Cryptic Command. We will do Cryptic battles.
We will. We did play the 39 card player. We did that. That was real.
That was me. I did that.
No, that happened.
It happened. I got a refund because of it.
The opponent had an illegal deck.
The opponent either didn't know or wasn't telling because I asked and they said, "Don't know, lol."
Sometimes it just happens. You know, I'm really happy with this.
Yeah. So am I. Let's
All
play
right,
first.
let's play first.
We're fighting the Baconator.
Ooh, all four colors and
All four
bolas?
colors and top. I am fine with this.
Keep it.
We lead with swamp and then like.
Or we could lead with temple and
Do you want to save your scry for top?
nah. Let's get it right out because I want a blue source next turn in case of
We have shuffle effects. We don't need that right now.
yeah.
We have Bolus as our expensive card to win the game with.
Well, basically, I can't afford to I don't want to just draw something absolutely dead right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, we got to keep a 7.
Holy shit! 7 cards. Okay.
Time for top. Hold up for spike slash
Swords.
swords.
Okay,
Fleece
Fleece
Paint Lion. Okay, we
Alright.
blocked that forever. Was Watchwolf in the queue before? Okay.
We want Ophiomancer on the turn anyway, so the draw here doesn't really matter.
So do we just draw Godless Shrine and put Baleful
Strix,
Strix on
yeah.
second?
like so, and then because we're gonna play. Look at our greed.
Yeah,
You've been
we are
wanting
the
me to do
greed
this
lord.
forever.
I've been rooting for this. I'm sad we're only 3 color, splashing a 4th.
You know what? I'm happy about that.
So we're not quite infinite snakes. We are one off infinite snake. We're minus E. We're I snakes. There's always one, the natural rhythm of snake.
All right. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play the Baleful Strix, draw Swords to Plowshares, and then
Play Godless Shrine and leave up Temple of Enlightenment. No, we leave up Plateau. Yeah. Oh yeah, Fleecebane gets indestructible, but who cares?
well, it's on 5.
Yeah, I mean, but it also, who cares? We have Swords to Plowshare. That's exile removal.
Well, it gets
Or Hexproof. That's right. Yeah, we have snakes. Who cares?
Well, we have
Yeah,
Deck
yeah.
Touch forever.
Yeah, we have Death Touching.
All right.
You should. Do you want to pay life to draw a card in green? Player.
Put 2 cards on top.
Okay.
So they've got their own top.
I've only ever seen anybody draw a card off Sylvan Library once. Okay, I see why they aren't doing it right now. It's because of this.
All right, and then we get to top for 3 new cards. Treachery.
We can't cast that.
Yeah, we can. I just tapped the top.
Oh, you just tap the top. Okay.
You know, I don't have any green to Monstrous the Fleecebane Lion, so I don't actually think I want to cast that.
Yeah, but we also can underground. We can also underworld connections to draw it.
I think I'm gonna go with Underworld Connections here.
Underworld connections with treachery, by the way.
All right, so let's draw the Underground Sea. We'll put Treachery on.
Well, we want to draw the temple last because we don't want to scry away treachery.
All right, so Underground Sea, and then Underworld Connections on the Swamp.
Yeah, I think so. It's the least valuable land. Like either that or Plateau. We reveal our true colors by leaving up. I think we just attack with the Strix.
Yep. So if my opponent goes to Monstrous, I'm just gonna Swords in response.
Yeah, we block with the snake. If he monstrous, we sword in response.
Yep. Also means I'm not gonna drop the white.
Mhm.
Like, you know, end step top or something like that. That's not happening.
Yeah. Monstrous is a instant speed ability. Player.
Mm-hmm.
Aha.
The Elspeth.
You should +1 to target your fleece mane lion. Oh.
Okay. Hmm. I'm thinking how I want to deal with Elspeth here.
Start sending the snake and the Strix after it.
Honestly, I'm thinking, like, swords the Fleecebane now,
Yeah,
and then just attack all out at Elspeth.
that seems fair.
So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and swords now. That seems safest.
He's probably not going to attack.
Well, we get the snake back, and it like kills his Fleecebane lion for literally nothing. The attack makes no sense.
No sense. It made a little bit of sense if he was holding up the monstrous, because it would just eat the snake.
And then pay a life, draw a card, and we draw treachery, which we're not going to cast on a 1/1 soldier.
Although treachery that says draw a card is a little bit better.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use the top and then Temple of Silence.
Use the top Temple of Silence, pay a life to draw a card, then draw a card with top, then attack it.
Let's attack at Elspeth.
Let's see if he throws the snake into the soldier of fortune. Nope, he blocks that. Okay.
So we're going to use Godless Shrine, because that's the one I have the most mana access to still. So, top. What card don't we want out of this? Or is there a card
Bitter Blossom would let us start killing Elspeth. Do we want to actually draw land? We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think we want a land still. I actually think the Stratus Dancer is probably the card we don't care about.
Yeah, it's also it's a flyer we could use against Elspeth, but we probably.
So I'm gonna do this. All right. So Temple, Bitter Blossom, Stratus Dancer, play Temple of Silence, scry 1, bottom of library, pay a life, draw a card, Bitter Blossom. Ship
and
it.
we're still holding up Path to Exile.
Yep. So here's my token generation. Also, we could just answer Elspeth with Bolus.
Nicol Bolas Planeswalker.
Pay 4 life.
He kept a card.
Pay 4 life.
Yo, was he got prime time? Or sun time?
A Chroma's Vengeance.
Do you want to draw it all? You want to tap top?
Well, we want to...
Look at top.
We want to... We're losing... Okay, so...
Draw Batterskull?
Batterskull just getting played down would be really nice. Though, honestly, like, I kind of want to be able to play Bolus on the... Not this turn, but next.
So, Batterskull Caves Temple? Because we're drawing Batterskull now.
But then top goes on top.
Then top goes on top. Then the following turn we draw Caves and can cast Bolus.
No. But we don't have that much mana. We need 2 more. We need both the Temple and the... Because, like, if I draw the Batterskull now, I'll draw the top next turn, and then I would have to use the I would have to, like, use it to go get the Temple. But...
So, do you want... What are we doing in the meantime, I guess is the question.
Literally
twiddling
nothing.
Our thumbs?
Literally nothing. We're replaying... Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. So... Tap the top.
We're gonna draw the Temple.
And then we lose
we could scry away the top?
We could, but we're not going to. Because the top is still useful. So here's a 1/1. That's fine. So now we're going to play the top, use the top.
Oh, we can just draw the top again if we want to. And or do some more shuffle. Because we're not doing anything, and we're... Oh, do we just want to do Seagate Oracle? Or, could. What do we even do here?
Because I actually want to draw that Caves of Koilos. Because that
Put it
gets
on
me,
top.
that puts me 8 mana. I think I actually want the Seagate Oracle gone.
That seems fair.
So let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, Batterskull, then Caves, then Seagate Oracle, Temple.
Speaking of average top use, we're 5 minutes down.
Uh-huh. And then we go ahead and do this again because we're that big of a jerk. Okay, so I have access to Force of Will if the need arises.
Yeah, Force of Will, this whenever we need it. Okay.
So let's put the Force on top. And at the end of the turn, we'll swap it back because time is fake.
Well, the game's not going to last much longer after we resolve Bolus.
Yeah.
Unless he has, like, Bramble Crush, which is even in the cube anymore.
Yeah, so we're taking
Beast
4.
Within, though. O-Ring. He could have answers. You could also just play something we want to clone and then steal.
Yeah, like that we want 2 copies of. Hero of Bladehold. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Treachery, untap, and then play Bolus.
Welcome to Treachery, everybody.
Alright, so end step, we reorder. 1, 2, 3. Caves, Treachery.
You may untap his lands if it enters the battlefield, and it does.
I clicked
Yeah,
on...
you hit OK again.
I'm always really scared to click on OK again.
I always am too, but sometimes you gotta.
And then we're going to play red, black, black, blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have a Force of Will backup. So I have Force backup. This owns.
Big ol' Bolus.
What's your play? Martial Coup, huh? Ooh, actually, you know what? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, come to think, I don't think we're letting that happen.
Yeah.
So, do you want to attack with your soldier? So do we just steal his... Do we want to steal his 1/1?
Alright, we're gonna put...
Batterskull on top? Or Shriekmaw on top?
Let's go with Shriekmaw. And then I'm gonna blow up a land. And then we want the battle cry, like so. No, the reason I'm doing this is because I can just ult Bolus next turn. So,
Yeah.
You know.
They won't have any hands, and they won't have any hand, and they won't have any. Well, he actually okay.
Alright.
I would have kept the 1/1 as a permanent sacrifice. Whatever.
I'm stunned we just like ran away with that one. Also, our deck owns. I'm
gonna say with a slight qualifier.
Uh-huh.
Sensei's Divining Top is owns. Who was it that said Sensei's Divining Top was a little weak without shuffle effects? Because how many shuffle effects did we have that game?
0.
I'm
We had 2 scribes though.
The scries really helped. Well, we actually had more than like that. We had a lot of card draw too to get through it.
Yeah.
The thing was, when we did pick the top, we had like one piece of interaction. That person was absolutely correct. By the way, we don't actually have a sideboard, so you know.
Well, yeah, we don't want to play Angelic Destiny against the Wrath person.
Yep.
Oh no, that's fine. Angelic Destiny is fake Rancor.
Bolus owns.
And our opponent didn't have any spot removal. This is an unkeepable hand.
Yep. Time to mulligan. Sure.
It has a turn 2 Bitter Blossom. I'm fine.
Nice. Oh shit! It's implemented.
What?
Yes.
What?
It's implemented.
Um,
Do we want
we
that?
described that to bottom, right?
Yeah, we don't have the black for it, so
Yeah.
hold on. Hold on. I actually like this.
We're gonna draw it, then scry past it looking for swamp.
Well, we're gonna scry past looking for land anyway.
Yeah.
It's here. By the way, new mulligan rules.
Oh, factory.
Just
Gross.
as
We're
an
gonna get our ass
FYI.
kicked.
Whatever. Bitter Blossom will stem that pretty damn quick. Because we're gonna be digging for lands with the temple anyway. So temple.
We start the game with 2 scry. Okay. Hilarious.
Well, we start the game with 2 scries that don't do anything, but they make us feel a lot better about everything that we just kept.
So we're taking 2 here, probably.
Oh,
Unless
God,
he has
yeah.
a bear for us.
Nice Savannah. Spellskite. Okay.
We didn't actually play that much that was targeted. Did we? Treachery?
Treachery?
I'm actually kind of fine treacherying a spell guide.
I guess we have to tread. Cultivate? Okay, that makes sense in our opponent's deck as we saw it. They had a lot of top end
Meaty
around.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like, Marshall Coop makes sense in a meaty reveal.
You grabbed plains.
Plains.
So.
Okay.
Inquisition, huh? I'm gonna cast that before I cast the Underworld Connections. Because I'm gonna cast the Connections on 4.
Okay, so you can have it.
So
Well, show me your moves.
let's see what we got. Whiff, whiff, whiff.
If
Our opponent gets Gideon, Jura, or Master. Also 3 lands. So if we can answer those cards, we just win.
well, he has 3 lands because of cultivate.
Right. But our opponent only had 2 live cards in that pile there. All right.
Okay, Gideon.
Gideon. Everybody attacks Gideon. Sure.
Okay, well, I guess we're sending
Fairy Rogue.
Fairy Rogue at you.
Yeah, Fairy Rogue, your way. Coming your way.
We draw Cryptic Mono. No, we don't have Cryptic Mono. So we draw play Underworld Connections.
Yeah, and I'm going to play it on an island because I have to. Spellskites can't steal this, so that's good.
Well, you could if you somehow it still had its abilities and it was a basic forest.
Yeah, if it turned into
Thanks,
a
Blood
land.
Moon Rule.
I'm fine with Inquisition Whiff too, because whatever, it happens.
It happens.
Gideon Jura
So,
enters the effects zone.
He's crushing in,
I'm
blocking the 7/7.
yeah, that's what lands are for.
Wait, they added a reset blockers button.
Yo,
I like that. That is good because remember when I couldn't click
Yeah.
on blocking creatures?
I do remember when you couldn't click on blocking creatures.
Okay,
Anyway,
so we,
let's pay
draw a
life.
card.
Nah. So we have Cryptic Mana.
Okay. So we can't bounce a permanent that isn't Spellskite.
Right, but we can counter draw.
Mhm.
Not attacking.
So those 2 cards we had to answer are both on the field.
That's fine. We'll deal with them. So Gideon's in play. Is a
He's crushing in for 4. No, for 2 or yeah, 2 again. You're gonna bounce Spellskite, draw a card.
Tap their team, draw a card.
That's probably fine. We have Force of Will in hand as another counter spell.
What's the actual thing? Like, I'm trying to figure out like what card I need to get back out of this, and I think tap draw. So tap all creatures draw. I lose. I don't get to use my.
Well, we gain a life.
Hopefully, my opponent doesn't respond correctly, but they might. They should fight a Fairy Rogue token down with Master of the Wild Hunt.
Maybe they're like me and they forget. Nope, they are not like me. I think we lose this game, by the way.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. Um,
You're thinking about forcing it?
I don't think I win if I force it.
Not unless we draw Elspeth. That's like the one card that gets
Or
us back in it.
Elishnorn.
Elish Norn, yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Okay, we can't win without Dickobolus. Can we win with Tanglewire in play?
I mean, we're gonna keep getting this steady stream of fairy rogues, but no, we can't. This card taps artifact, creature, land.
Mm-hmm. Does not tap Underworld Connections or... Like, this sucks, but...
Okay, so it's Seagate Oracle. And we'll use our white. Lingering Souls, which I can play immediately. Yeah. That's a team.
That's a good team. That's good for staving. Batter Skull would also be nice, but we have shuffle effects.
Again, missed the draw on Underworld Connections, but I need a team, so...
Mm-hmm. That's going to stay open
I know.
until...
Oh, God, it closes? um...
Get a counter off Gideon. I mean, he should just say everybody attacks Gideon, right? And then start attacking us for like 7 a turn.
Yeah.
That ends the game in 2 turns, but yeah.
Sorta. Regrowth, picking up Tanglewire. You son of a... Whatever. Here's the thing. If everybody has to attack Gideon, they were all tapped anyway.
Yeah.
And your final card is unexpectedly at...
Okay, we're losing this game. We're learning about our opponent, though.
I feel like that's a misstep. Yep. So...
You want to put that on first so that...
Well, I don't put these on.
All right, they're active player and active player. Right?
Yeah. So we tap the creatures that were going to be tapped anyway. And then we get a 1/1 to block. Oh, no, it's actually 1 deep. Shit. This is fine.
Do we morph down Stratus Dancer?
And flashback Lingering Souls. Because Megamorph on Stratus Dancer is 2.
Yeah.
So cast face down. And leave up all colors with our nothing. And then, so he has no idea what this morph could be. Does this gain in? And then our opponent gets tapped down a bit. Also, all these wolves. We really do need Elishnorn to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
However, like, the moment we draw it, we win. So, you know, that's...
Oh, the moment we can cast it, we win. It's going to be kind of hard to cast through Tanglewire.
We have enough creatures we can tap at least to it. Mishra's Factory is on.
If he doesn't cast a spell and attacks with Master of the Wild Hunt, which he won't, then we can just feed it the Megamorph, right? 3/3 for 3/3.
Yeah. If that Master attacks, which it doesn't. Okay.
Okay. So now you get to question: do we eat a wolf? Do we eat a Mishra's Factory? Do we take extra damage?
I think I'm gonna try this on for size and see what occurs. Taking that.
Take 4.
Yep. If he wants, he can trade that way, but whatever, I'll take 4. Alright, so Tanglewire for 3, and I'm not tapping any blockers this time around. So we're going to tap some lands. So...
Tap
Plateau.
Plateau and...
Blue sources.
Yeah. We want to have double blue up, though.
Well, we're going to draw Underworld Connections, and then we're going to
right.
play Underworld Connect. We're not going to have any mana left.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to draw and play Underworld Connections. Oh, cancel. I don't want that way. I want that targeted on this island. Then we're going to not draw a card yet. And then we're going to ship the turn. We might lose to Bitter Blossom. That's possible.
Yeah, we already spent Cryptic Command.
Yeah.
Badger Skull's on the bottom of our library.
Uh-huh.
Our source of lifelink.
That's fine. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And we can block a wolf pretty safely, right? With
Yeah.
C8.
Wolf, and then we block Fairy Rogue, block Fairy Rogue, block Spirit, and that's good. Hell, it might be block Double Spirit. Nah, that's... We'll go single.
We won game 1.
We won game 1, yeah.
Pretty handedly. Martial coup now, asshole.
Okay, kill the Seagate Oracle. So, pay a life, draw a card. Ultimate price. If
Which mana do we have?
If I'm winning, it's because I'm drawing
Elishnor.
Elishnor, and so we're going to assume that that's one of the cards that I draw.
Okay, now we have to win in enough time.
That's fine. Excuse me.
Oh no, we have to win through Gideon.
That's fine. Okay. Play to your outs.
He makes a wolf. He can tap his Master of the Wild Hunt to
To
make wolves.
also, he can't retarget.
He cannot.
Destroy target tapped creature, sure.
Although that still kills. This actually kills Gideon faster. It keeps him alive longer, though.
Alright, so we tap a land to this.
Yeah, we tap like. We're honestly not drawing any more cards unless we
Life gain!
gain 3 life. So everybody attacks Gideon. Or do we attack our opponent now that he left his pants down?
I'm gonna attack Gideon with these two. The flyers that would kill.
It's an Elishnor and at a
Yeah.
Gnator. Okay.
Oh.
Found another source of life gain in our deck.
The problem is he can like change the target with Spellskite.
He can.
Martial Coup.
Sundering Titan. Do we care?
Sort of.
Oh yeah, because we have to attack into that.
Well, we fly over it.
Yeah, we'll fly. Which means we can attack with Elishnor. Is what it means.
Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna lose a lot of land here.
Yeah, as it turns out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we can't ultimate price the Spellskite, and we also can't ultimate price that Sundering Titan.
Uh-huh.
These are not monocolored creatures.
Yep.
You wanna? Okay, let's see what we get.
Not doing anything with that. Let's attack for 9 flying. Put our opponent at 7.
I guess you could also have Elishnor just bounces off Sundering Titan. Because you can't kill Elishnor in combat, but... Like, it's gotta be Martial Coup here, right?
Yeah, it's Martial Coup or we win.
Yay!
Ah!
Also, look at the clock. We're down 12 minutes.
Minutes. Oh my goodness. I love that this land would kill us.
Yeah, that land. No, there would be one circumstance. Yeah, that land would actually kill
That
us.
land
We
would
couldn't.
actually kill us.
We couldn't be able to land. Wait, no, wait. There'd be no window in which to both draw and then attack with batter skull. So yes, that would have killed us.
This is a textbook play to your outs win right here. Like
That's
we
illustrated on
literally
top of our library because we drew at the exact perfect time.
we literally couldn't draw that at a later time. We're at 0. We would be at 1 life on the attack. This actually couldn't have been a closer game for us to win. So
We're down 12 minutes because we played 2 different games with.
yeah, we can't plow a fairy because Spellskite could steal.
Yeah, see, if our opponent was smart, they would Spellskite to gain 0 life.
Lose 2 life because it has -2 power. Owned. No, that's not
Oh,
how
wait.
it works.
Okay, power. I was thinking toughness. I always think it's toughness even though it's power, so.
In this match we cast Elish Norn, Cryptic Command, and Bolus in over the course of the games. So
Yeah. Hero, plateau, everybody.
well, we cast
Round
Bolus in game
one.
1, not in game 2. Right?
So we drew it, but it could have cast it if we kept it.
Right. Holy crap! All right, and we're moving.
We're the last one to finish. What makes you say
Weird.
that?
Oh god, we have to fight an Oddish.
That's easy. Oddish is no Paris, but Oddish is kind of low on the totem pole. Vile Bloom is cool, but
Right.
Oddish is sort of. Although Paris, despite its weaknesses, does no spore.
Spore is a hell of a move.
Bane of competitive Pokemon Spore.
100%.
No, Paris is cute as shit. It's just 4x weakness to good types.
Good typing. Yeah. All right, we're fighting Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah.
Well, I am Snowman.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, Breloom and Smeargle is the fastest spore user. Breloom is the best spore user. Are you willing to keep a 2-lander with Top and Temple?
Hell yes. Yes, hell yes. Like
No castable cards. Although if we draw a land, we can cast Seagate. Well, yeah, Top I guess is also Force Spiker Top, Force Spiker Top, Force Spiker Top, Force Spiker.
I'm using the temple first.
Okay. You're not like me. I demand to.
We gotta dig. We gotta dig.
I like having the scry to go with it, but then we also would have drawn. All right, plateaus in our.
I know. Ooh.
Young Pyromancer. Yes.
Nice, nice.
We might destroy that monocolored creature.
Yeah, we may indeed destroy that monocolored creature.
Or we can just play Ophiomancer and be like, our tokens and your tokens are not at all the same, but ours keep coming back. If we kill yours. Also, we might just play a 1/3.
By the way, if I'm killing something, it's with Shriekmon, not with Ultimate Price, because Ultimate Price lets me interrupt a Splinter Twin combo.
So, man, he took our land we didn't pick.
Yeah, what the hell?
Do we shrink them all immediately, or do we...
Underground Sea...
Let's see, here we go. Maybe we just keep up with his tokens, actually. So we either play Ophiomancer, Seagate Oracle, or just Shriekmaw his guy and keep top mana up.
I'm gonna try Shriekmaw's guy. I mean, the problem is, like, we might get owned by counter spells, but...
We have other removal spells, and I would rather have maybe Shriekmaw countered than, like,
Yeah.
Ultimate Price, or...
Let's kill the hell out of this. Perfect.
In a lot of limited formats,
All right.
sorcery speed, terror would be good enough.
Mm-hmm. What do we got, buddy? City of Wrath deals the damage to you. That it does. Okay.
Oh, and he's brainstorming.
Decent. That card is decent.
All right, because Jace Plus doesn't do anything if we have top in play.
Yep. So, let's go ahead and investigate.
We just want to draw Lingering Souls.
I think I want to cast Ophiomancer.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
I think I want to draw that land. Actually, just play that on 4 or 5.
So do we want to draw Lingering Souls or Bitter Blossom first?
Let's go with. Actually,
Like,
we'll make the choice later.
yeah.
Because I'm gonna do.
I also think we do want to draw Lingering Souls first because we can flashback Lingering Souls, play Bitter Blossom in the same turn.
Anyway, this is the play I want.
You can't have Force, but you can have Pact and Negation.
And lose. The problem is that dealing with Jace is difficult.
Dealing with Jace is difficult. We do have a persistent creature around.
Yeah, and that's a
Yes.
helper.
Like, he can bounce the Ophiomancer, but that leaves the snake. He can bounce the snake, but we just get another snake.
Right.
I guess he just brainstorms every turn then, because he can't really Jace plus us much.
Okay, Solemn.
Sad sack, okay.
I mean, yeah, he could plus us, but what does that actually do?
Now, plus us gets rid of the card. We in response top, and then put the worst card on top.
Yeah, okay.
He's taking a lot of damage to kill that Ophiomancer. Holy crap. Does he kill the snake here, or does he...
He might bounce the snake. He might, yeah, bounce the snake. Okay.
He paid a lot of life to do that.
Let's change our draws quick. So I could play Lingering Souls, flashback Lingering Souls immediately.
That'd be pretty cool. Like either that or Seagate Oracle?
Well, it's 3 on the front. We can't.
Yeah. No, I mean, like that, and then like play Bitter Blossom, I guess, would be the other thing.
We want to. Having 4 tokens means that Jace is under threat of death.
Yeah, he Jace pluses and then dies unless he produces a flyer or removal or counter spell, which gets rid of half of this. Again, Pact of Negation on a Lingering Souls, not the greatest.
Yeah, so let's just get a team.
We just played, what is that, Battle Shriek.
Yeah.
Battle... is that what it's called?
Battle Screech?
Battle Screech. Yeah, Battle Screech.
Alright, here's your plus.
Battle Screech was so good, by the way, everybody.
Yeah. God, this Jace has been too good, by the way.
But 2 brainstorms and a...
every Jace is too good, okay?
He's trying to trick us into...
He's gonna Wrath or something. Ponder, alright. That's a
okay,
good,
he
that
still has double
shuffle.
blue up, so he can still Harbinger us, which leaves Jace not alive. I guess he's at 2. Okay.
I'm just attacking all out at Jace.
We should do that. What is our top card? It's a Bitter Blossom.
Yeah,
right.
Bitter Blossom.
Attack all out at Jace, and then Seagate's kind of bad because I guess we top before we Seagate.
Yeah. To see what we want to get rid of.
Yeah, our scry effects, so to speak.
Okay, I think. Do we want to draw the? I think we want to get rid of the swamp.
Yeah, so we put Swamp and Bitter Blossom on top. Draw
Yeah.
Bitter Blossom. Play Bitter Blossom.
I actually don't know if I play Bitter Blossom here.
Are you afraid about people?
No, I'm actually afraid of. I want to keep up that ultimate price. Is really the big.
Oh,
one.
that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
But I am gonna grab the Bitter Blossom. Then on bottom. Yeah, I want to. I'm gonna hold this. Okay, Forbidden Alchemy at end step. Well, no, I'm sorry. Battle Screech is good and limited.
Yeah, Battle Screech is good and limited.
Like,
Forgotten Souls is good everywhere. But it's kind of funny that like Battle Screech and he's a Forbidden Alchemy deck, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess we could have been.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell it put in his grave because it's not telling. Okay, Karanos, sure.
That's a little troublesome, but we have we have a way to dealing with that. We don't. We have a way to get rid of dealing with that if it becomes a creature,
I'm gonna put
which is gaining
Monolink. I'm gonna
control of
put.
it.
I'm not gonna draw Monolink, but I'm gonna put it on top in case for the top swap necessary.
Okay.
So let's play Tundra. Attack our opponent down to 10. And then play Hidetsugu's second right and end the game. And then now we're going to play Bitter Blossom. We're on 7 mana.
Nice.
All right.
Top in step to draw land and be like, "Hey, idiot!"
So our opponent
See
revealed Shivan Reef.
Okay,
So
drew a card.
they got a double draw.
Karnos is really good, by the way.
Yeah,
It's like my second favorite god.
it's a good one.
All of my favorite gods are red. Perforos, Keranos, Iris. Team kicked down your door. Pass.
I was saying, do I even try the?
Do we wait till like 10 mana before we?
I don't
Try
think
to
I try
cast-
Bolus. Like,
We don't need to. We have 4 power of flying. We just hold up counterspell and ultimate prize.
what's our top?
Ooh, we can Tide Hollow Skiller pretty safely.
Yeah, let's do that. That'll give me information, which is something I want badly here.
Also, it might eat a removal or a counterspell because it's Tide Hollow Skiller.
Yeah, I want information. That's really what I'm after.
That is an artifact zombie.
Yep.
Um,
Upheaval, you say? That sucks.
do we just take Upheaval? He has Emrakul on his deck. Yeah. So basically, both 2 cards in his hand are telling us that. Do we take Hero's Downfall?
If I take Hero's Downfall, then my opponent can't, like, just steal the Upheaval back at end step.
Yeah. If we take the Hero's Downfall, he can just Upheaval and get it back.
Well, we have Mono Leak for Upheaval.
That's fair.
I'm gonna take the...
Why does our opponent have Emrakul in their deck?
I don't know. I'm gonna take the Hero's Downfall and... take the Upheaval.
Let me attack.
Mm-hmm.
How much mana does he have? Up 1, 2, 3, 4,
8.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Mm-hmm.
He can possibly have 9 if he plays land.
Flashback Forbidden Alchemy. By the way, I'm trying to win the game here.
Yeah, we're trying to kill our opponent with flying damage.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to sneak him into killing Tide Hollow Sculler to get back Upheaval, and then trying to cast Upheaval to not die. And then we tap top to draw Monoleak, cast Monoleak.
Oh, okay. Keranos got the shock, which was not what I wanted, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm. We accept it.
Mm-hmm.
See if he has land this turn. Well, he'll post combat his land because he's playing Upheaval. Actually,
Oh my god.
Mox a diamond to get double. Does he have 2 lands in hand? Looks like it.
All right, that's enough. What is this? This looks like... Oh, he's floating his Upheaval mana.
Does he not want to tap City of Brass? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
That is enough. I guess you could trade Monoleak for...
Don't worry, I will.
Trade Monoleak for his mana.
Uh-huh. Upheaval. So let's look at the top. Leaving up Cryptic mana.
Just in case.
So we're gonna Mono Leak here to try and upset our opponents.
You take their 3 mana away so they don't immediately get to have 4 mana and play Solemn
Well,
again.
actually, yeah,
Because he's gonna replay Mox Diamond and then Solemn Simulacrum and get a land head. Although maybe we want to have him play Sad Sex where you can Phantasmal Image it.
tap the top, draw a card. I'm not going to try and counter the upheaval. I'm going to try and counter what he plays after the upheaval.
That's a better idea.
So, yep. And then here's Mox Diamond. I'm not going to bother with...
We can't Mono Leak the Mox Diamond because he has 3 mana up.
Mm-hmm. And then he's going to try and play Keranos again? Or Sad Sack?
I would like Keranos to try to be played, but Sad Sack would be like my choice. He's playing Keranos. That's excellent. That's one of our few ways to answer that card.
All right.
And we kind of want to like clone Sad Sack.
Mm-hmm.
And now is he going to discard Emrakul?
Discarding Emrakul gets him back all his cards, so...
It does. He's been Forbidden Alchemying. He has 12 cards left in deck.
Okay, so... This card's Hero's Downfall, wow.
He really believes in his ability to cast...
Anyway, Underground Sea to cast the top, because I want to discard as few cards as possible.
So what are we actually discarding here? Do we want to
Probably
discard
like,
Nikki?
Discard a couple land, and...
We'll draw more Island and Blue Source.
Yeah, so I'm going to discard that stuff. And here. So, discard land.
Really, the Godless Shrine over the Tundra?
Yes.
Blue sources are important, that's right.
Yeah, blue sources. I want to keep enough blue sources around to Cryptic if possible.
The cube's going well. We have a deck that was shambles, but came back. Gross.
Groan. Okay.
Little as you know, we have little to no creatures.
Well, he gets the Phantasmal Image.
Did he get Elish Norn?
Yeah. We have ultimate price in hand.
Yeah, well, that's fine, yeah.
Also, our opponent's at 5. Like, maybe we just win that direction.
Yeah, we just attack with Bitter Blossom a couple times. And...
Yeah.
On that note, he's going to play Sad Sack and then have a blocker for Seagates. Maybe we don't even play it.
What's gone? Force is gone. Legacy's Allure is gone.
Lingering Souls, but he's flashbacked.
Okay.
Inquisition of Kozilek. He's waiting until to discard Emrakul until he has to. Beautiful.
Okay.
Do we play that first? Or do we temple first to select cards?
I actually am thinking I play...
Or do we play Plateau and have active mana? Although Plateau, we can't cast hardly anything. We can cast Swords to Plowshares.
I know.
Or we can top.
Walkers.
Right? We can actually...
Top doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna go ahead and so how's he gonna win with Ashiok is the question, because I'm putting the clock on my opponent is the real thing here. Our opponent isn't going to minus for Elish Norn now.
You can minus for Sad Sack though.
I'm okay with that. That's not too bad.
Not that bad.
I think because my opponent shouldn't Elish Norn here, I'm going to. So let's go ahead and card select and then Baleful Strix.
Yeah.
Bottom. Stratus Dancer, okay.
That could be useful. It's like a 3-power flyer.
Because I don't think my opponent's going to -7 for Elish Norn here. Yeah. Alright, and then we lose Batter Skull and 2 lands. So our opponent has Dreadbore still in hand, has... Trying to figure out exactly what they still have access to. That's the real question, ain't it?
Well, it's hard to say because so many cards change zones.
Yeah. Well, like, what I know about my opponent's hand, like, Keranos is gone. I think Dreadbore is a card in our opponent's hand.
Yeah, Dreadbore is
Prophetic Bolt, which our opponent's using to make sure they don't get murdered. They have the ability to...
So do we don't play Stratus Dancer because we want to hold up just ultimate price?
I might just play... I could try playing Stratus Dancer as a creature, but then that's just going to force Ashiok's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and play Plateau here. We'll attack our opponent for 1.
We can't both play Seagate and hold up ultimate price, but we can... Seagate lives through Elish Norn.
Yeah.
Are you okay forcing his hand with Stratus Dancer?
Yes. Kinda sucks, but I want my opponent to actually use that ability and get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
Six cards left in our opponent's deck. Emrakul in our opponent's hand.
So he has to have a way to discard it, though.
Alright, so here comes...
I guess we can learn about his deck after this.
We already know a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I notice our deck has a weak spot to walkers.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of permanent answers, it turns out. I mean, do we even try ultimate price here?
We got him.
We gotta... Let's hope he doesn't have counterspell. We haven't seen any counterspells out of him. We'd have to have it now. Okay.
So.
Through the Breach isn't in the cube, I'm pretty sure.
I have no idea.
I think they took out Through the Breach and... Tog!
Tog!
Okay, so we're playing Seagate Oracle.
Yeah, we are putting up, like, shields up. Still playing Seagate Oracle.
Yeah.
Let's play the...
Temple to see cards.
Temple...
What order do you want to see cards in?
I want to dig for Swords to Plowshares as much as I possibly can, if that's still a card that I could legally draw, which it is, so...
Okay, if Through the Breach is in the cube, do we just hold up Cryptic?
I think we'll lose the game if that occurs, and I'm fine with that, so I'm just not going to play as though that's an option for my opponent.
That's fine.
Also, I have a flying blocker.
Oh, true enough.
There it is. Like I said, I want to take whatever action has the highest chance of me getting Swords to Plowshares.
I guess not playing Emrakul makes sense now, because he can try to make Tog the hugest thing in the world. He has 19 cards in library right now. He can make that thing like +8/+8.
Yeah, like, the other thing here that's a problem is that there's Through the Breach. So, yep.
Okay, so he has it.
Yep, so Through the Breach, Emrakul, you were correct. But I don't think that holding up Cryptic was correct there. Mostly because I really wanted a blocker for not dying.
Does he not know that Fairy Rogue can block?
He does. He just wants to kill 6 of our permanents. That's all he cares about.
What 6 do we get rid of?
Everything but Bitter Blossom. Yeah, everything but Bitter Blossom.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now we wanted Bitter Blossom. We wanted to draw Swords to Plowshare so we don't die to Psychotog. Did you know Psychotog is... Emrakul doesn't trample. He does not trample. He also dies to Baleful Strix. You might be trying to deck us.
That's very possible. We only have 5 cards remaining in library. He might actually be able to do it by 1 life. So we attack our opponent to 4. Next turn we get to attack for 2 in solemn blocks. And then next turn we attack for... Yeah, I don't think we have this.
What do we have in our deck?
The remaining cards in our library are Underworld Connections. Nope, that's removed.
What do we bottom throughout all this? we have a fetch sticking around somewhere.
All right,
Wait,
fantastic.
is he minusing
Yeah,
to get to sad sack?
yeah. That's Seagate Oracle. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
Seagate Oracle.
here's the trick: 4 cards in library.
Yeah.
His remove there doesn't change anything. The last card is Island. Okay.
I think we do lose this. Okay.
Huh.
Attacking.
He has a blocker. Oh, terminate. Oh no!
Okay, that seals it.
Yeah. Now how is our opponent gonna kill us both ways at the same time? I'd be impressed by. Ooh, God! I think our opponent can actually style us. Oh, come on!
Oh no, he's just showing us things.
Yeah, I know.
Like he doesn't know about Nicol Bolas or Cryptic Command. We have secrets.
I wanted my opponent to bring us to 0 cards left, and then kill us on damage with 0 cards in our deck. Because that would have been the ultimate style kill. We don't have sideboards.
I'm looking for sideboard real quick.
What, you want planes? Like,
I was looking at Tower End.
against a deck with Terminate, Dreadbore, Heroes, Downfall, Bolt.
Yeah, good here. That's a good point.
His spot removal is really, really good. I don't want creatures that are like that. I could go Crater. I could Crater's Claws. Do we have a bad card?
Okay, yeah, what's bad here?
Maybe just like Underworld Connections? Or something like that?
Yeah, Crater's Claws is a way to deal with like Ashiok and Jace.
Or murder.
Yeah, Underworld Connections is a fair out for that.
Or murder our opponent. I'm just looking to see what our like worst card is. Yeah, let's go with that. Crater's Claws, single plateau.
Bloodstained Mire. We got 2 red sources.
This looks good.
Yeah, this looks great.
Keep
Lead with
it.
Dimple. Legacy's Allure?
That was a
What
good
about
duel.
Legacy's Allure? Just hold up Mana League. You've almost got Cryptic Mana.
You can't steal Norn from here.
Horns in our hand. Have you ever seen anybody take the shock to hold up a Force Spike before?
Yes.
I've definitely done that.
All
Oh
right.
man, did he keep a one-liner with Ponder?
I,
Please own our opponent. Luck. Nope. Okay.
Nope.
He chooses not to shuffle. Do you hold up Monolith or do you play them? Get down the Oracle.
Yeah, that's the question of the day, ain't it? Like, is Ashiok something my opponent could just do next turn, and that would really suck? But Oracle's really good to have down.
Ashiok is less threatening than Jace, which is 4.
Ashiok's still pretty threatening.
Ashiok is threatening, but Ashiok is threatening. Yes, that's the thing to get here.
Yeah. Let's make the wrong play.
Yeah. This draws you a card. It's fine.
Preferably a land. Whew.
Here's your hell choice.
Yeah, that Bitter Blossom kind of owns, but Sensei's Divining Top also kind of owns.
I think we want Bitter Blossom more.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, so play
Goodbye,
Ashiok
Tom.
and own me.
It's fine. We can play Bitter Blossom and kill Ashiok in a couple turns. Our two best
Two best
cards.
cards. There's City of Brass. Do you got it?
Black.
Black. Yep.
Okay. Yep. He's doing it.
100%. Oh, Psychotog.
Oh, he's playing Tog.
That's a
Who
different.
cares?
That's a much different. Hey, I can play Bitter Blossom and leave up Monoleak.
That's excellent.
So let's the lands to keep up are this and yeah. So that leaves up all 4 colors to laugh at my opponent forever. I don't have Cryptic mana, so.
And we never will. So he could discard a card and then exile 2 from his yard if he really wants to attack through Seagate Oracle. Or he can play Jace and we can Mana Leak it.
Yo, I kind of want that.
Yeah, well, that seems fine to me. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we drafted a lot of fixing, as it turns out. So, okay, he doesn't want to trade mini cards for
I wouldn't either.
for Seagate Oracle.
Alright, so let's go ahead and... This is going to be blue and the black. And we'll copy the Solemn. Uh-huh. Yes, and I think we want Island here.
I agree. We want Island.
I think we want Island right now.
Noted wonder of... How many... We draw land, we can just like play Elish Norn.
I know. It's pretty good.
Like, and run away with the game.
Uh-huh. We are 1 turn from Elish Norn.
No, our opponent is an upheaval haver. So
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't... The one time we've drawn a fetch, we haven't played it. No, Crater Claw is in the deck right now.
Yep. We brought that shit in.
As anti-Planeswalker card. Straw, let's make a 1/1. And play Elish Norn and attack our opponent.
I feel like the counters up might be more important. I don't know. I feel like the Elish Norn can be the win turn.
Yeah, when we run our opponent out of cards. How about that? Do we attack with Sad Sack, or do we... Just attack with Fairy Rogue. Sad Sack draws us a card when it dies. and trades for either a card in his hand or his own Sad Sack. Okay, yeah. He takes the Sad Sack trade. 4 mana for 2 mana, pretty good.
I might have misplayed by playing a land. Yes, I'd like to draw a card. I did not.
You can you morph that down and leave up?
Yes.
Cryptic?
Yes.
So we have 3 different counter spells up right now.
This is eating something, right? Like, that's gotta... What is this? Prophetic Bolt on my... Oh, no!
Oh, no! Fairy Rogue!
Fairy Rogue!
No!
Shit! Question marks forever. Like...
Did he just want to dig?
Oh, no.
Do his impulse?
Alright.
Is he looking for upheaval? Because, buddy, I have some bad news about upheaval. We have a counter spell that can't be countered, really, because it's a morph.
Yep. Cryptic, okay.
Okay.
Counter target spell, draw a card.
You can also... No, it's a sorcery. I keep thinking it's negate, but it's, what is that called? Counter target instant sorcery spell. I think that's like 2 different spells tied together.
It's not negate. It's literally a spell pierce, or not a spell pierce.
No, it's not spell pierce.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's probably a spell we would have countered with it anyways. Now, the spell is like sorcery, right?
How many lands do I have?
I'll just look at all things that do this. Nope, I know what it is. It's muddle the mixture.
Oh, okay.
Only that has transmute on it.
Yo, here we go! Through the freaking breach!
Do you monoleak that
For what?
because you
Like,
or right? He has the mana up. Okay, so I guess
yeah.
we're sacrificing permanents.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Hey, what's up? How's it going?
So do we block like Seagate and Fairy Rogue, or we sack Fairy
Let's...
Rogue, tapped Fairy Rogue and Seagate? How much is this Tog hit us for right now?
Caves that...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could hit us for 6 with Tog right now. So if we don't block, we lose.
Well, we're blocking the... We're chumping Emma Cruel.
Yeah, we're definitely doing that.
Let's go with basic island and Seagate Oracle. Okay, let's not get owned. How's that sound?
Okay, now if he casts Upheaval, that's kind of lame.
We have Mana Leak, and honestly, Upheaval's probably in our favor, so, you know,
Fair
whatever.
enough.
Like, that move didn't do anything. Like, I mean, it did things, obviously, but it didn't do anything. Like,
Which
you know,
game is this?
2. Jace with Monolink back up.
Okay.
Did you know Monolink just, like, fails at literally every turn in this?
In this matchup, yes.
Yeah.
Let's see what he does. Probably top.
Brainstorm?
Like Jace Plus. Yeah, he's brainstorming. Emrakul made Tog a lot less scary.
Sure, I lost 6 permanents, but didn't even murder me. Who cares? Yeah, that's exactly my feelings right now, okay?
He's not attacking with Tog. We have flyers.
I'm sick of waiting.
Sometimes Shriekmaw is just a expensive blade tusk boar.
Which gets blocked here, but, you know, whatever.
He's got to trade a card in his hand, or 2 cards in his hand, to eat the Shriekmaw.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, it's a 2 for 1.
Esper Greed is a pretty good way of putting this, yeah. I love our hand right now. It's very telling on what our deck is.
If we draw 2 lands, we can cast that Elish Norn.
Yeah. Perhaps that should have been my play a couple turns ago. Oh well.
Just casting the Elish Norn.
Right. That's fine.
Titler Skull is cool.
Yeah, let's check it out. Show me what's up. What is the deal today? Is your hand through the breach Emacruel? Is that what we got going on today?
You can't do that again. Okay.
Steal your upheaval.
So everybody attacks Jace, it turns out. Oh, Fairy Rogues can just attack Jace and kill it.
I'm going higher than that because of...
Well, we know the card in his hand.
It's Forbidden Alchemy, which puts a card in our opponent's hand.
True enough. Fine. I guess he can also just trade Forbidden Alchemy and Tog for Shriekmaw.
I'm fine with this.
Or cast Forbidden Alchemy and then use the cards in his grave to Tog, or he just doesn't do it because he just resigns himself to death.
Mm-hmm. Look, all I care about is that I have stolen upheaval.
Yeah, now our opponent is doing the desperate ritual Lafo of trying to find a removal spell for Tight Hollow Skeller. Of which
Here's
he,
here's the real issue. As people may have noticed,
yeah, we might not be able to win game 3 at all with
what the hell is this? Forbidden Alchemy with flashback.
I don't, yeah. What if Snaps is in the grave? Yosh.
Yeah.
That's a card I didn't know what our opponent had.
It was in the grave last game too.
He got rid of the Hero's Downfall?
Must have drawn something better. The thing here is that with Mono Leak, we should be able to prevent an upheaval on this turn.
If he tries to do it right now.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's actually cheap enough not to function.
Gross.
It's fine. It's fine. Shit, he knows.
We block with Fairy Rogue.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We can't take like near lethal amounts of damage there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Also, like, this was happening, so excuse me, I'm gonna have to by the way, Upheaval Tog, that's like a time-honored tradition.
Yeah. So maybe we can counter the thing he plays off of it.
It's Tog.
Probably Tog, yeah.
The card he attempts to cast here is Psychotog.
What if he goes psycho on us and plays something else?
Excuse me, can we not have that happen? You've been playing around this Mana Leak for literal ever.
And now it's finally here.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Also, we're at 5 minutes left on game 2.
He's on 7, it's fine.
Let's actually play the Underground Sea.
Legacy's Allure, making its... Yeah, we're discarding Bowls.
And...
Shriekmaw actually kind of sucks too.
Well, Shriekmaw is a creature.
Yeah, Shriekmaw is a creature.
Alright, here comes Ancestral Visions, I think, this turn. Nope, next turn. Oh my god.
Okay, it's a little better next turn than it is this turn. He doesn't take the shock. Okay.
Alright, so let's go ahead and Bitter Blossom.
Your Blossom is more important because our opponent doesn't play creatures that Legacy's Allure can get.
Mm-hmm.
So he slimed down Ashiok again.
Ashiok to finish this is always the way he does this, right?
No, he's got something else. Pyromancer. And Modern Grave tapped. Okay, Legacy's Allure is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Can steal a young Pyromancer. You
Hell,
can also just evoke Shriekmaw.
Evoke Shriekmaw might just be the more relevant thing to do.
Volcano. I have a feeling we're not going to have a 4-power creature, though.
That's fine. So we play Temple, bottom, and get ready for Volcano Blowout.
The reach.
Mm-hmm.
The claw is reaching for something. Yeah, we need to play fast. Let's draw Sensei's Dividing Top. You play Legacy's Allure?
Yeah.
Play Sad Sack again?
Keranos? Through the breach.
Well...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the only Those are the only permanents I need.
Yeah, he's just trying to eat time now.
Nice combo.
I thought Through the Breach exiled it in step.
Nope.
It's not a reasonable card. Or even going to top, or are we just going to just try to kill him with flying power?
I'm going to top. Prophetic Bolt at my face.
I should just have Lightning Bolt in hand.
He could.
Or looking for it.
He could. Or another Through the Breach. Is our opponent that good?
How many times can Emrakul be FTK?
Land so I can play Lingering Souls.
Yeah.
Ponder.
There is clause for 2 on FTK, but Lingering Souls is probably better.
We're winning with Crater's Claws. That's the win con in this game.
And we're playing our 3-mana Shock.
Our opponent doesn't know it exists.
It is secret knowledge.
I'm waiting for more breaches to open up and Emrakul to just appear on my face. Jace, okay.
I wonder if he's bouncing a creature.
Uh-huh.
Can we found our Volcano Blowout target?
Okay. So we don't lose by blocking. Uh-huh. And I am...
If you know a land.
Mm-hmm. Attack at Jace.
We're holding up swords. Okay.
I'm not winning this game, but I'm going to make it last as long as I can.
Uh-huh. They're not being a land, they're kind of pooched it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's brainstorming.
Okay.
He didn't just...
Brainstorming for Hero's Downfall on Fairy Rogue token. Dismember on Fairy Rogue token.
He could have just bounced the Fairy Rogue token.
Uh-huh. But wait! Not yet!
We're actually making ground on the clock.
I refuse death. Keranos. Send help.
Send help. He's just trying to draw a lightning bolt at this point.
Yeah, that's what the
I wouldn't be
brainstorms
surprised
are
if he
for.
brainstorms here. He's topping, he's Jace plussing himself.
Interesting. None of these cards do anything. Alright. Alright, we go to 2. Attack my opponent. Don't worry, it's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine.
Bolt.
Three minutes
Bolt!
transfers. Okay, he's able to find Bolt.
Hold on.
Look at all these nice black cards.
Crushed.
I didn't like our opponent's deck at all.
I loved our opponent's deck because it was
I
all
I-
removal. That was it.
I hated our opponent's deck because it didn't do anything for many, many turns until it found Through the Breach, and like if he's going to lose it to a deck, we couldn't claw because it was a sorcery. If it was a If he like faced on a deck that just hit the ground running, like turn one student of warfare or something, what would he do?
Right?
Fall over and die?
Bolt it. No, he bolts Dreadbores. He has all the removal.
Yeah, well, yeah, but he has to have it.
Yeah, but he has all of it.
If some of his removal is prophetic bolt and dismember, which is notably bad against aggro decks.
I wouldn't call Dismember bad against aggro decks because I will
It's
pay for
painful. It's okay. It's
You
pay
just
for
don't
life
kill.
to prevent like 6 life, but
Yeah, you can use it to kill their big drops. Like you don't use it to kill a 1/1 because that's dumb.
it's like
That game owned. Our opponent's deck was pretty damn cool.
yeah, he basically could only win because of Through the Breach plus Immercool. He
Yeah.
found the reason why Immercool was in his deck. It's because he also had Through the Breach.
Yeah. I thought that was really funny and really good. Also, our opponent played very well. Like,
Yeah.
playing around the mana leak the whole time. Like, made a lot of plays that, like, just he needed to make.
I think our deck sucked because it only had Mana Leak and not like Counter Spell.
I think our main problem was our lack of interaction with walkers meant we had to bend over backwards for crazy stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, our lack of creatures.
well, like, not, like, yeah, we don't even have like bolts or anything like that in here. We didn't have much as far as
Like if we had like man, what if we boarded into Precinct Captain and Hound?
they get bolted.
Oh yeah, but then he doesn't have them for our other creatures.
Yeah, our
Very rogue.
anyway, that owned. I was very happy with all this.
And we get a refund on the cube because we won a game. That's what happens.
Yeah, I mean, you get back 100 play points, which is exactly what I spent on this. So no ground made, no ground lost.
That's what we do with cubes now.
Yep, infinites. So please explain the stream title. What's the stream title? Like Gideon's Trigonometry?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. Gideon. Gideon
He has a
knows
whip on his
physics.
hand that's got 3 points. 3 points is the triangle. Triangle is the all-seeing eye. All-seeing eye is Illuminati. Hit the end stream button right now or they'll take us offline. You gotta take us offline or we'll be killed.
We're dead. The Illuminati knows. Anyway, thanks for joining, Gnome. Thanks everybody in the zoo for joining.
As above, so below.
Good night, everybody.
If you lick your lips, you're a lizard man.